Guys, hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Oscar Outdoors. Join me in this one as a hammock camp in some heavy rain. Okay, so welcome back everyone. We've come out quite early today because we're expecting a lot of rain, sort of early afternoon and into early evening, and you know, carrying on throughout the night. So we've come out early to get set up, to get things dry, well, keep things dry, and have a really good night. So English Woodsman is about somewhere, so when I've found him I'll show you him about camp and whatnot. But yeah, I'm going to get set up, so stick with me. Right, so that's me all set up. I've got the Snugpak all-weather shelter G1, which I've recently refab sealed. The Snugpak tropical hammock, the hammock cocoon going underneath there. And then inside I've got the 3/4 length self-inflating midi mat, the premium air pillow, and then the jungle blanket, just for the comfort of having something on top of me whilst I'm asleep. You know, just like when you're in a sleeping bag, you got that comfort, that extra sort of layer, that blanket type thing. But yeah, that's my setup tonight, using some sort of daisy chain tree straps, and I've got drip lines on either end using the built-in ridge line that I've got permanently attached to my tarp. Just gonna close it all up now, ready for getting into bed tonight. I'll start with the cocoon. Right, so now I'm all set up, I'm going to start to think about some firewood. Now these trees in front of me here have already sort of been killed. You see the one directly in front of me, just this one here, has no top, see there, and that's because the power cable's going over the top, so that tree is actually dead there. And this one here, there's nothing flowering on that one, but the one next to it, just behind it, this one's still alive. So I'm going to leave that one alone. I'm going to take this one and that one, I believe. And obviously that's going to clear me up a little bit of space around camp as well. Okay, so I just went for a little wander and I found this lying around as well. It's obviously come down in some wind that we've had. So I've just dragged it back to camp. And it's going to save me cutting down another tree, so I want to cut down one. So I'll still have some for next time I come. But yeah, I found this, so I'm just going to delimit it now and obviously cut it down for firewood. Okay, so now that I've done some wood processing, I'm now going to make myself a quick coffee. As you can hear on the microphone, the rain has come now. But yeah, I'm going to use this new APG stove. Just got enough water in there for my brew. And I'm going to warm a curry up as well that I defrosted at home, which my wife defrosted for me at home for my tea tonight, because I forgot to tell her that I was coming camping tonight, so I do apologise, Danielle. But yeah, I'm just quickly going to boil that and then I'm going to warm the curry up. But yeah, literally the water's not taken long at all. It's taken as long as it's taken me to take that out of the tub and decant it into there. So yeah, I'm just going to make my coffee right quick and then we'll get this curry warmed up. Yeah, just enough for a quick drink, not too spectacular. Move back to one side to cool. Okay, and then we'll get this reignited now. And get this carry on. As I said, for lunch, nothing too spectacular. Going to throw my coat back on, because obviously you can hear the rains come. I'm not under my tarp either, I'm quite a distance away from camp, so I've just tried to get a bit of cover under sort of some overhanging trees, some bushes. Yeah, Snugpak Torrent, this, it's 100% waterproof. Again, I've done a review video on this jacket, but not this particular colour. It was a blue one that I did it on. I'll throw that up here for you. But yeah, this kit is just warming nicely. Keep giving it a quick stir. Just kick out some real power, this APG stove. It's really quite impressive. Again, for like the third of the price of a jet boil. It's been ideal. Cooked a steak on it, and obviously done the water boil test. You know, it's been good. Yeah, so I'll bring you back shortly. In fact, just while it's finishing off, I just want to talk to you now a little bit about men's mental health. Those of you that know me personally know that I have struggled with my own mental health in the past. And I'm not having the best of times at present because of being locked down in the house with the kids, so I am struggling at the minute. But a friend of mine runs a charity known as Team Daniel. I won't say too much about it in the video, about Team Daniel, but basically a friend of mine runs the charity, and she's obviously trying to do a lot of charity work and get some sponsorship in for the charity in aid of like mental health and pressures in schools and things like that over exams and stuff like that, and that's what she's spearheading around. But yeah, if you want to learn more about Team Daniel, I'll leave a link to that up here, and obviously I'll drop a link in the description as well about Team Daniel and the charity and all the work that the lady in question does. I've not asked her if she wants to be named, so I've not named her just yet, but I'm sure if you do Google it, she will pop up on there. But yeah, go and check out Team Daniel. Again, it's another charity that's close to my heart. Knowing obviously the people that run it and involved in it personally does help. But yeah, go and check them out. That's Team Daniel. Again, you'll see the logo here and the link here. Okay, so now time to test my warmed up curry. Now, it's not the cooking that I normally do. You know, I normally do like to, I say cook from scratch, but you know, put a load of ingredients together and say that I've done it myself. But yeah, this is not one that I've made myself, this is one that's been made for me and then defrosted at home, and then I've just come out and warmed it. Yeah, it's just like a chicken madras with a few extra chilies in, because I do like it hot. Even though it's defrosted, it's still nice. Right, turn the stove off and eat this. As you can see, the rain is coming quite heavily now. And because of how I've got my tarp set up, I'm getting a good runoff. So I'm utilising it. I'm collecting some water so that I can boil it and make another coffee later on. Right, so I've come under the tarp now after my lunch, just to get out of rain for a little bit, to be honest. You can hear it's belting top at tarp. If I've edited this right, you'll see that I've just filled up probably 2 litres of water from rainwater that I can boil up later on. I make coffees from, so I'm looking forward to that. Other than that now, I'm just going to kick back in hammock for an hour or so and hope that this rain dies down. If not, I'll have to come back out in rain and do some more firewood prep, get a fire going, and see how it goes. So yeah, I'm just going to chill out for a bit. I'll bring you back shortly. As you can see, it really is coming down, and I'm just filling up another water bottle so I can drink that as well. But yeah, it's really coming down at the minute. I think I'm going to be wetter today than I was after Storm Kira. Can you see it? Can you see it there? Distinct gap of trees. Little pheasant. I don't need it today, but at least another frequent here now. This is why our hammock, people. Can you imagine trying to put a tent up in this? It's also why I wear my wellies. Oh, so I haven't bothered getting in my hammock yet. As you can tell, I've just gone for a little walk and spotted a pheasant for the first time down here. So at least now we know that they're frequent down here. We can maybe think about a little bushcraft cooking one night rather than going to the supermarkets all the time. Right. There's no else I can do at the minute. The rain isn't easing up, as you can hear. I've hung my coat on the little S-beaner that I've got using my tarp, or using to pull my tarp in. Hung it in there just to try and dry it off me for a little bit, and obviously not wanting to put it on my sleep system. Oh. I think all I'm going to do in a minute is just make another brew and just sort of ride this rain out. Okay, so it is brew time yet again. So I'm just going to set this stove up. It's got a little bit wet. Let's try the lighter. There we go. And we're going to use the rainwater. A bit steady base that I've been collecting. A bit quicker, Scotty. It shouldn't take too long to boil on there. Try to do all this under the tarp as well to keep yourself dry. I can probably still hear that the rain is still coming. I'm going to put the lid on this way. I noticed on the lid as well there's like a couple of little cutouts, there's like holes at this side and then one hole on that side there. Obviously I'm going to pour straight out of that. But yeah, get a coffee, I'll be back in a minute. So yeah, just while that's boiling, I've started to collect a little bit more rainwater, as you can see just in the top right of the screen. It's not running off as much as it was before, so it's not going to take a while longer, but yeah, just boiling. 2 coffees in it this time, so I'm going to do that now. Yeah, got a leaf in there. Leaf it out. Yeah, get myself warmed up again now. My hands are really cold. I've been sat out in rain now for a good few hours. Things you do for enjoyment. Yeah, a couple of coffees in there. Put them in my bin liner in a minute. Get this boiled up. Get some more collected. And just seat night out. You can see it's starting to go already. It's only been 2 or 3 minutes at most. Yeah, it's starting to go. I'll bring it back when it's done. Right, you can see that it's boiled, but as it's rainwater, I'm just going to give it another minute or two to obviously make sure that it is completely sort of boiled all the way through type thing and safe to drink. But yeah, you can see it's steaming quite well. Add an extra minute, so let's get this turned off. And then what we'll do while it's turned off is I'll just pick it up and pour with the gas canister still attached. Get a good full cup. Some birds in the distance, I hope they're not disturbing too much. Something's rattled them though. Right, I'll give that a stir and sit back and enjoy this. So yeah, it's definitely a wet one today, people. I've got my coffee to warm me up. I think it's an hour longer tonight. I don't think the clock's going back tonight. I left my watch at home, but on my phone it's 5:30 at the minute. And you can just see behind me, like, we're starting to lose daylight. Give that another half an hour and that'll be gone, so it'll be just me, you and the camera light. Yeah, I think it goes back tonight. I've got an extra hour out in this rain. Who has these bright ideas, people? But in fairness, I am enjoying it. You know, it's one of my favourite times of year to camp. Autumn, when, you know, when we've got leaf fall and rain, and yeah, I do enjoy it. But yeah, again, I'm just going to chill for a bit longer before I start to cook my tea. I'll show you what I've got for tea in a minute. Right, so with the rain being as heavy as it is, English Woodsman has decided to come in a little bit closer to me, so he's just setting up behind us now.
Whoa, not close to you, minute. I've come and joined your camp.
Alright, yeah.
Mate, that sounds really weird.
Okay, so he's come to join me on camp a little closer than he was before. Is that better?
Yeah.
So yeah, he's just setting up behind us now. So once he's set up, I'll go through what he's got. Well, the rain has been relentless for hours now, so I'm still under my tarp. I keep popping over and seeing English Woodsman, but as you can see, I'm absolutely sodden. So yeah, tonight I'm just going to be cooking a bit of steak, a bit of chicken, a tomato and an onion. Forgot my potato to make my chips. Ah, got in. Well, I'm not going home for it. So yeah, I'm just having steak, chicken, tomato and an onion. I was going to have a mixed grill with the chips, but I've forgotten the potato. Bound to forget some of that, I always do. So yeah, I'm just going to get that cooked up and enjoy that now. I'll bring you back in a minute. So yeah, I've come out without my chopping board as well. So although it's a wet camp and I come prepared to wet, I ain't come prepared completely ever. I've got my potatoes, I've got my chopping board. So I'm just sort of making do with what I've got with me. Utilise it better on the little pan sets. One more slice of that, I think. And I'm just going to quarter the tomato, not messing with that. All I'm just going to fry them up together. I'm just going to add the steak and chicken as well. Okay, so I've just added a little bit of oil in with my onions and tomatoes, as well as a bit of grasslock. All adds flavour. So I'm just going to lightly fry them up, and then I'm just going to add the steak and chicken in. Right, so as you can see, onions and tomatoes are just being lightly fried. And as I said, now that the rings are going, I can just sort of separate them a little bit. So I'll keep them going for a bit longer. So yeah, onions are nicely browning off now. So I'm just going to give them another minute or two, because there are still a few that aren't. And then I'm going to add in chicken, cook the chicken with the onions and tomatoes, and then I'll add the steak in afterwards. Right, so again, I've just brought with me some defrosted chicken. So rather than cooking it whole or reheating it all, I'm going to chop it up and put it in. Just obviously space saving in the pan really. So yeah, I'll finish that off and then I'll bring you back. So I just transferred over to the big cook set, just because with the chicken in it was just a little bit too much for that smaller pan. So I've just got chickens, onions and tomato. This would have been a lot better had I brought the chips, because I could have obviously fried the chips, and then I'd have just done the chicken and the steak in the pan. But you know, these things happen, don't they? So yeah, I'm going to give that a minute or two to cook the chicken through, and then I'm going to add the steak. Right, so I'm just going to add the steak in now that the chicken's had a few minutes in there with it. I'm not going to stand on ceremony, I'm just going to rip this with my fingers. This is a peppered steak, bought like this from the local butchers. I'll see if I can tag them actually in the video. So if you live in my neck of woods, go and pay them a visit. Again, support local where you can. That's with your camping gear, with the meat you buy, anything you can. Support local, because you know we need it at the minute, don't we? A lot of places not too far from us are going back into lockdown. So yeah, we need to be supporting each other. So yeah, I'll give that a couple of minutes and then it'll be time to enjoy. Right, so it's had a few minutes now. What I should have done is I should have run over to Daniel while he was cooking his food and asked him for a bit of his curry sauce, and just changed my plan completely. But yeah, so I've got steak, chicken, tomato and onion, all just sort of cooking in its own juices. But yeah, of course I forgot my potato. Should have had a bit of Daniel's curry. Never mind. So yeah, I've taken it off the stove now. Chicken, steak, tomato and onion mash up. It don't look too appetising, but it smells really nice. Look at that. Yeah, I should have added a bit of Daniel's curry sauce. Might go push him over actually.
Don't try making me feel bad. My curry's bloody beautiful.
But you know what? Flavour's nice. Teach me for coming out in a rush, won't it? Forgetting my potatoes and make the chips. Forgetting my chopping board. So obviously went to plan B. And it's worked out alright, tastes nice. It's going to be substantial enough for me to feel like I've eaten. And keep me fed and watered overnight. Right, bring you back in a bit. So I've finished now. Put it down. Didn't eat it all. Maybe still full from that curry that I had earlier on. But yeah, I'm just going to chill now. I'm going to tidy up my area. You can hear it's still raining. But yeah, I'm going to tidy up all the little pots and pans that I've got all over my knife and whatnot. Get it all squared away. And then probably just go and join Dan and chill out. Yeah, can't have the fire. It's too wet. We're just going to be fighting a losing battle. We'll be just trying to keep it lit all night, and it's just it's not worth it. So what we're going to do with the wood that we've prepared today, we're going to sort of stick that in a overhang bit, let it dry out, and hopefully next time we come here, whether it's next week, week after, you know, 2-3 weeks away, whatever it is, it should all still be here. So yeah, that's the plan with the wood. Well, it's been another interesting night in the rain. It's only just stopped, and it's just sort of coming up sort of 11 o'clock-ish, so whilst I got the opportunity and the rain stopped, I'm going to try and get some sleep. We've been outside of the hammocks, sort of chatting under the tarps. I'm covered in bugs, I have to get rid of them. But yes, another good night. Just wish I'd have brought me potatoes, because that would have made the meal a lot different. Yeah. Right. Unless something interesting happens overnight, I'll see you in the morning. It's a little after 2 o'clock in the morning, and now the wind has decided to pick up. Hopefully it didn't keep me awake too long. But for now I'm going to try and get some sleep. Oh, well, good morning. Just after 7 o'clock now. With the clocks going back, it's a lot lighter than it has been recently. That's probably what's woken me up. Oh. Yeah, besides that little blip with the wind at about 2ish, I've had a decent night's sleep. Really warm. I've just got my base layers on. Obviously I had to take my trousers off. I kept my shirt on though. My coat, as you can see, is just behind me, hanging on the S-beaner. Looks to have dried out a little bit as well. Oh, I don't want to go to school. I hate this part. Packing away wet gear. It's not good, is it? House is going to look like a tip when I get in as well. Wife's going to kill me. And got bits of gear hanging off of every radiator and everything in the house. Oh well. Love you, Danielle. Yeah, if you've watched so far, thanks very much. Don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up. Comment, let me know what you thought about me coming out in heavy rain all day. And if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel by pressing this, and then watch more videos by either of these. See you in a bit.